Hi there! Today we're going to teach you how to skunk-proof a cat feeding station by building a very simple platform to elevate the feeding station off the ground 18 inches. We'll show you a couple of easy ways to do it, including building one out of pressure-treated wood and Hardieboard like this version, and an even simpler one using cinder blocks. Both of these were developed by Project Baycat to deter skunks, and thankfully they work really well. We consulted with wildlife experts and learned that most skunks have very limited climbing abilities. So to keep our wild friends wild and to make sure that the cats get all the food to themselves, all we need to do is elevate the feeding stations by 18 inches. One of the simplest ways to do this is to create a cinder block base and to put your feeding station on top of it like we've done here. If you're wondering, this particular feeding station is made from an artificial rock which has been bolted onto a Hardieboard floor. Each of the 4 legs is composed of 2 cinder blocks and 1 cinder block topper. They stack to create a total height of 18 inches. Now the feeding station is high enough to be out of the skunk's reach, but low enough for cats to get into it easily. Now we're going to show you how to build a platform out of Hardieboard and pressure-treated wood. This platform is very easy and quick to make, and you don't need to be McGyver to do it. It should only take you about 2 hours to build. As you can see, the list of supplies and tools is pretty simple. To make things even easier, you can buy your wood at Home Depot and you can even have them cut it for you right there. This platform will support a feeding station that's 44 inches by 23 inches. However, if your feeding station is a different size, you can easily modify the plans to suit your needs. One thing to note is that the legs of our platform are only 16 inches high. That's because the floor of the feeding station is already 2 inches off the ground, thus creating an 18-inch distance between the ground and the floor of the feeding station. If the floor of your feeding station is flush with the ground, then be sure to increase the length of the platform legs to 18 inches. Okay, so let's get building. The first step is to lay out your cut wood like we have in the photo here. The interior rectangle that you see, that's called the frame. Next, you're going to secure your brackets on the inside of the frame, which you can do with either an extra set of hands or with clamps like these. Make sure that the inside of your frame is very square, which you can do kind of by eyeballing it or also with an engineer's square. Then you're going to drill pilot holes and you're going to screw in those screws to secure the brackets in place. Repeat this process in all 4 corners of the interior of the frame. When you're ready, move to the outside edge of the frame. You're going to take your 3-inch long screws, you're going to drill pilot holes into the ends of the frame so that you're going to secure the long end of the frame to the short end of the frame. So drill your pilot holes and then drill 2 of those screws into each of the ends around all 4 corners of the frame. Alright, now we're ready to secure the legs. So find a drill bit that's long enough that can go through the legs and into the frame. Before you drill your pilot holes, you should secure the leg to the frame either with very strong hands or with a clamp. The 5-inch screws that I ended up using had hex heads on them, so if you use those as well, you're going to need to get a hex head bit for your drill so that you can screw them in. So go ahead and drill pilot holes into 2 ends of your post so that the legs will be secured to both sides of that frame. Now repeat with all 4 legs and you're good to go. Then you're going to be ready to create the Hardieboard tabletop. To do this, it's pretty simple. All you're going to do is draw your lines on the Hardieboard, then use your scoring tool to score deep grooves into the Hardieboard. Then once you're ready, you're going to take those score lines and kind of lay them over a ledge or over a spare piece of 2x4 and then just knock it off and it'll just shear right off. Then you can go ahead and drill pilot holes directly into the Hardieboard to secure the Hardieboard to the frame beneath it. Then all you're going to do is take your Hardieboard screws and screw them in through the pilot holes and you have a table. If you want to get fancy and make your platform even more weatherproof, you can create little Hardieboard feet and screw them into the bottom of the legs of your table. So congratulations, there you have it. You've just created a platform to skunk-proof your cat feeding station. When you're ready to install it, make sure the ground beneath the platform is nice and level, and then set the feeding station on top. Also be sure to clear the area of anything that the skunks could use as steps to get up to the feeding station, like rocks or mounds of dirt. Just so you know, when you install the new feeding station, The cats are going to act like they just can't possibly jump up there. Oh my, no way. But don't be fooled. They can, and they will. And the best part is that the skunks can't, and they won't. We hope this helped you out. Thanks for all your hard work to help the community cats in your area. Keep up your great work.